what's up, y'all? It's your girl Sang, and today we're gonna be reacting to a video from Ben Shapiro, and it says Ben Shapiro reacts to what South Park predicted. Now, I like me some Ben Shapiro, and I love me some South Park. If y'all been here long enough, you know I've been watching from the very beginning. All right, I was in 4th grade when this first aired on Comedy Central, and I've been watching since episode 1. I should not have been watching, but I have been. So we gonna react to this together because y'all already know. Now, when it's talk about what South Park predicted, the whole reason I didn't talk about this like other conservative platforms have is because all these clips from like almost a decade ago from South Park are going viral again because it's talking about issues that's happening now. But the whole reason South Park talked about it a decade ago is because the issue was also happening a decade ago. I feel like we're just further along in the issue now, but it was definitely a thing at that point in time as well. So as a South Park fan, it's very weird to see all of this going viral again. And conservatives are like, yeah, look at South Park talk about it. It's like, yeah, none of this is new though. None of this is new. Where y'all been? Okay, but let's go ahead. Let's hop into it and see what Ben has to say.
Well, folks, South Park has been on the air since 1997. And there are a lot of times that South Park has been way ahead of politics because, honestly, everything that South Park parodies eventually becomes reality. We're going to go through some of their greatest hits in just a second. This video is sponsored by ExpressVPN.
All right, that does it! I'm sick of this and I'm not taking it any longer! You all pushed me to this!
This episode is hilarious. I love it.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
I'm going to the potty.
This is the girls' bathroom.
All right, I need to tell you something, Wendy. I'm transgender.
What?
Did you notice the bow? I'm not comfortable with the sex I was assigned at birth, so I'm exercising my right to identify with the gender of my choice. Now get out of my way, I have to take a
This is 2014. Cartman. The Leah Thomas of South Park.
Get out of here!
Don't give me more issues than I already have, Wendy.
Yep. The girls are not victims. The girls are actually the oppressors. So, yeah, this was well ahead.
It's so funny. I don't know if they're going to show the clip, but like the school knows how Cartman is. So they're just like, yo, you got to stop it. He's like, actually, because Cartman will learn all the rules and bylaws and everything to get away with doing whatever crap he's doing for the episode. He's like, actually, according to this, I'm allowed to blah, 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 and you can't say this because blah, blah, blah. And the next scene, it goes into where the principal and the teachers are talking to Mr. Garrison. I don't know if he was Miss Garrison at the time. I can't really remember, but they're talking to Mr. Garrison. And he's just like, trust me, this is a can of worms you don't want to mess with. Let him use the girls' bathroom. And they're like, no, because we know he's playing around and blah, blah. He's like, we know that. The rest of the world don't know that. And that's going to be bad for you. Let him have this. You not going to win.
Out of its time.
Which is what's happening today.
It wasn't actually that far before the Obama administration really started pushing this stuff full scale and telling public schools they had to do this sort of thing. Remember that all of this was meant as parody of the left, and then it just became like the left normally.
Okay, you say it was supposed to be parody of the left, but it was happening at the time, though. That's why they made the episode, because it was starting to happen. That was the time period where they were starting to have the conversations about gender-neutral bathrooms and everybody using the bathroom together. That's why that... okay.
Say, Tom, do you have any pudding left?
I don't mind up, silly.
Well, then, now what do we do?
He's gonna throw up.
Sorry.
Well, why don't we just explore our sexuality?
Oh, man, this is like Brokeback Mountain. This is like old school South Park right here. Like the very early episodes where every time Stan would like see Wendy and he would like hold her hand or kiss her, he would throw up. It was hilarious.
Oh, good idea. Let's.
Oh, no.
Oh, dude, I shouldn't be seeing this.
Is there a problem, young man?
Yeah, so that was just a couple of years before Brokeback Mountain, which was effectively about gay cowboys eating pudding. So well done, South Park.
Mom, Dad, what's a sex change operation?
What? Nothing. I'll
And this is because Mr. Garrison is about to become Mrs. Garrison.
explain it to you when you're a little older.
But our teacher, Mr. Garrison, he just had his penis made into a vagina. How come? Penis!
Your teacher had a sex change? Oh my God.
Vagina.
Kyle, you have to cheer up, dude. So you aren't built right for basketball.
But I feel
Okay. This whole episode about changing your bodies, and at the end it loops into like how oh, you should have never changed your body, so you should be happy with the way you were born, right? Mr. Garrison becomes Mrs. Garrison. Once that doesn't go right, Mrs. Garrison is then just like, wow, I want my penis back. So they grow one in a lab on the back of a mouse. Mouse gets away, and then, you know, Mrs. Garrison is kind of just like, I guess I'll try to rock out like this for a while. And we get a couple funny episodes of Mr. Garrison as Mrs. Garrison. Kyle, who loves basketball, he's like, I wish I could be on the team because he wants to be part of this basketball game. And all the best players are like tall and black. So he wishes he had the knee surgery, and which makes him a tall black guy. So he becomes transracial and tall. And then his dad was like, I've always wanted to be a dolphin, so he gets trans-species surgery. Some of y'all are probably just like, this isn't funny.
Like a
this is
basketball
funny
player.
to me.
It's all I wanna
This
do.
is funny to me.
Hello, boys! It's me,
That's,
your teacher,
Mrs.
Mrs. Garrison.
You guys, Mr. Garrison has titties.
Oh, South Park. How ahead of the game you were. 2005. Well, you're not allowed to make those jokes anymore. Obviously, the joke is that that Kyle wants to be a basketball player, but he's not good at it, but he still feels like a basketball player.
Oh,
and
man.
Mr. Garrison wants to be Mrs. Garrison, but is still Mr. Garrison. Yeah, I can't make those jokes anymore. I mean, South Park can. They still do.
Hannah Montana's Miley Cyrus.
And he said 2005. It's funny. I didn't know he was going to go through all the clips. I thought he was going to go through the bathroom one, which is about like a decade back. Now he's just going through everything. So we're going through all the history of South Park at this point. We're talking about like 2-3 decades worth of stuff.
Though only 15 years old, is already on her way to being a major superstar. Looks like next harvest will be even better.
Kratos!
So that whole episode is about Britney Spears being completely destroyed as a human being because she was
Yeah.
a young celebrity who was then sexualized.
She's totally lip syncing.
She doesn't have any lips.
And so there they are, talking about how that was going to happen to Miley Cyrus. Okay, I have to say, easy call. I wrote.
Yeah. I also didn't think that was a funny episode. Like, I like South Park. I watched every episode thus far, but there's episodes I'm not gonna like. That was one of them, because I was just like, I guess. And I think she got sacrificed in a cornfield or something. But in terms of sacrifice, they just kept, like, flashing cameras at her.
Wrote a book in 2005 called Porn Generation, in which I actively discussed the reality, which is that every single major female Disney star was going to be adulted. So, you know, yes, they get credit for it, but then again, so do I. We'll get to more from South Park first.
Okay, first off, Ben, that wasn't really hard to predict, like you said. That was, like, an easy call. So, yeah. It's like, that wasn't hard to child stars throughout history, right? So when you look back at the child stars from the 70s and 80s, look how they turned out. So it wouldn't be that hard to predict the ones from the 90s and 2000s would go through the same crap.
IT got 3 extra months today.
Okay, look, you don't want to end up like the spokesman for Subway, do you?
Did you just
This
use
is
a term
hilarious.
that excludes women from an occupation?
Okay, let's back
PC
up.
principal.
Did you just say spokesman instead of spokesperson when women are just as capable of selling sandwiches as anyone? Are you purposefully trying to use words that assert your male privilege?
No, I'm sorry, I was just trying to frame you for raping Butters.
And then we get to a PC principal who definitely signifies the left. Again,
Yeah.
he would be president of the United States now, PC principal. Actually, he's basically just Andrew Cuomo. The real prophecy would have been if he had become governor of New York, killed all of the old people, and then been ousted for sexual harassment.
This is about Jersey
Animated
Shore.
Snooki.
Who is that?
Yeah, the Snooki slander is hilarious.
It's Al Qaeda! Ah!
They're trying to fight against New Jersey.
Our country's getting back to.
Yeah, 'cause they said every state that Jersey touches becomes New Jersey, and they were like, the enemy of the enemy is our friend, so they asked Al Qaeda for help. And they came in and helped save them. Oh, especially when Snooki was in the bar, they're like, what's a Snooki? She was like trying to hump everything. She looked like a little rat, and she kept drinking like the long margarita drinks. It was funny.
To normal, and we owe it all to Osama bin Laden.
Oh, man.
On this day, let us all remember that no people on this earth are really enemies, only folks with differences.
Tango's down, tango's down.
We got him. We got him.
Yeah, that is in fact what happened to Osama bin Laden. So, they called that one.
Hi, I'm Gerald, Kyle Broflovsky's father.
Have a seat. I've been talking with your child, and we're going to be giving him 2 weeks detention.
What's this about, Kyle?
Your son said some things to a 4th grade girl that frankly make me want to puke. Now that I'm principal, I'm not going to allow anyone at the school to be made feel unsafe and harassed.
What did he say?
You'll have to excuse my language. I don't think Caitlyn Jenner is a hero.
They lost their crap on Kyle this episode. This is hilarious.
Yeah. I'm just gonna point out here that for this exact thing, I was manhandled on national television. Literally, a dude put his hand on the back of my neck and threatened to send me home in an ambulance for saying that exact thing, that Caitlyn Jenner is not a hero.
Back to the brain scans.
You cut that out now,
or you'll go home in an ambulance.
So yeah, I feel you, South Park.
This kind of transphobic and bigoted hate speech isn't gonna fly here, bro! I thought we were all on board that Caitlyn Jenner is an amazing, beautiful woman who had the exquisite bravery of a butterfly flying against the wind. And then this comes out of people's mouths!
PC Principal, I'm sure Kyle was just referring to Bruce Jenner as a person and not trying to say anything against...
You got a problem, bro?
Watch this.
No?
Because it's not Bruce Jenner, it's Caitlyn, and she's a stunning woman!
Yep. That didn't stop.
Yeah.
Like, that was just...
Yeah, I love that they brought PC Principal in because he sums up the left perfectly. The pronouns, all that jazz, and it's funny because he got with Vice Principal Strong Woman, so...
just the beginning, man. Now J.K. Rowling is on the chopping block because she says women exist. So all parody is essentially just prophecy now. And so South Park is good at parody, which means that they are effectively prophets.
It was happening at the time, though. It was happening at the time. That's why they were making fun of it. None of this is new. It's not like all of this happened today in 2023 and 2022. This has been happening. They just started making fun of it earlier than most people. Like, they started making fun of it at the very beginning where most of us was like, oh, this is a joke. If we keep going down this line of thinking, it's going to be way worse. Well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, there you are, South Park, which, again, has...
well, there you are, South Park. That's the video, but... Yeah, I came into this, I thought he was only going to look at the one clip, which started off with Cartman using the girls' restroom, which that is a hilarious episode. There's a scene where they finally just turn a janitor's closet into a bathroom, and he gets his own private bathroom, he pulls out the whip. So he, like, goes like this, and the music cuts on, and he's like, oh, yeah, you're going to take it. You're going to take it. He's just whipping the toilet. Okay. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Do you think South Park predicted it, or are you like me? Did you just see it at the very beginning and you're like, oh, they just called it from jump because it was happening? Let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss when I drop a video. And until next time, you already know who it is. It's Sand.